What is going on? Welcome back to another episode of me rambling about, not even episode, it's just another video because I'm not on the podcast. I got to separate this stuff. But welcome back to another video. What I'm going to do going forward is I think I'm going to make a YouTube series on some of the things that I have learned, or just not learned, but becoming an agent, right? And before I start that, I want to say thanks to those that provided some feedback based on the last video that I really just had some question on, and I was just wanting to know which route I needed to go with with my social media stuff like that. So to everybody that texted me, messaged me, or just commented on the last YouTube video, thank you. I'm gonna take your advice and I'm gonna run with it. And so for this, what I wanted to do is really just kind of one. I think I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm gonna do this little series of becoming an agent, right? So, and then some people have some questions. I've been asked, as far as like on replying to stories or anything that I may post for showings, or so real estate memes or something like that, or just random messages. Um, or I ran into somebody the other day and they were at the grocery store. I hadn't seen them in a while, and I have them on social media. And they were like, "Man, so hey, you went full real estate now and this and that, whatever." And I was kind of like, "No, I do both." And so I'm still at the plant. I still work operations, and that's my bread and butter. And from a adult responsible standpoint, can't really just walk away from that, right? I've got bills and I've got things I got to take care of, and like I said, that's my bread and butter. That's where that's my means to survive, right? And a little bit more. So can't just drop the ball on that and just jump into this real estate thing without having um, a more secure, steady business. So with that being said, fortunately for me, operations is a pretty sweet schedule in the sense of where our work weeks are, I say weeks or sets. I guess that there's 4 weeks, so they're broken down like this. And it varies because there's different shifts, but it all kind of just repeats itself from month to month. So we know our yearly schedule. We know what days we're off for the year, and that's from January to December. We know everything in between there. We know what we're working, so we can plan accordingly. So my particular schedule is a DuPont schedule, and what that consists of is we're literally working half the month. So for the first working set, it's 4 nights that you work, and then you're off for 3 nights. So there's 7 days. And then the other one is 3 days. See, and this is where it gets kind of tricky, but I shouldn't have said there's a week or 7 days or whatever. But anyways, so you do 4 nights, and then I got some notes. I'm trying to be a little bit more organized. A friend of mine, a coworker of mine, was like, "Hey man, I watched your video. You kind of ramble on a little bit too much." So I took some notes, and I'm gonna try to kind of just have a little guideline and template to follow, so I'm not jumping back and forth. I'm bad about that, but this is also helping me develop this skill and yeah, this skill, and just get better at creating good, straight to the point, crisp, clear content. So with that being said, jumping all over the place again. The first working set is 4 nights, and then you're off for 3 days. Then the second one is 3 days, and you're off for a day. The following one is 3 nights, and you're off for 3 days. And then you work 4 days, and you're off for 7 days. So if you do the math, it's 14 days on one and 14 days on the other. So they go nights, days, nights, days. So sometimes you're working weekends, sometimes you're working weekdays. Sometimes they're nights, sometimes they're days. That kind of didn't make sense. Anyways, it's rotating. So you'll either do a working set will be nights, and then you're off, and then the following working set is days, and then you're off, and then nights, and then days, and nights, days, nights, days is kind of where it goes. So what I have been fortunate enough is to have that schedule that allows me to, on my 7 days off, I do real estate. On my 3 days off, I do real estate. on my 1 day off, I do real estate. And on my 3 days off, I do real estate. So I do operations halfway, and then I do the other half, I do real estate. And when I'm not doing real estate and I'm doing operations, I obviously can't be present for certain things. So I have built a, I don't even want to say built and sound like cocky, like I've got it all, in line, but I have friends in the industry that do the same thing as far as their, other agents where we look after each other. And what that consists of is if I'm not available to show a house, they obviously are licensed and they have the credentials to show a home. So they'll show a home for me when I can't be present for a client, and vice versa. If they need help with something where they have an emergency or they have something else that popped up and they can't be at two places at one time, I'll return the favor and I'll show the house for them. And that's just kind of where that's kind of my situation. And I know there's dual career agents out there that are either teachers that work, 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 or whatever the case is. And there's a lot of people that are dual career agents, and there are a lot of people that are killing it being dual career agents. And some of the questions that I get as well too are, well, if you're doing that, half the month, you're doing this half the month, like when do you sleep? Because there's times that, you guys can see me on social media. There's times that I post, in the wee hours of the morning, and then there's times where I post, at night, in the middle of the night, right? Morning, night type deal. It kind of rolls into one. But man, I usually get about, let's just say for example today. So I worked last night, and I got home around 7 o'clock, and I went to the office, or I got up around 9:30, 10 o'clock. Yeah, about 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I got to the office probably just shy of, I think, 11 or so, or 11:30, I think is what it was. So what is that? Well, like 3 hours of sleep or 2 hours of sleep? I think it ended up being 3. I can't remember. There's a mosquito in here, and it's gonna bother me, and it's gonna probably bite me, and I'm not gonna be able to have a good night's sleep. Luckily, I don't sleep in this room. But yeah. So that's just the reality of it for me, and what I do, right? So I worked last night, and like I said, I got home this morning around 7 o'clock. Obviously, by the time I'm in bed, it's probably 8 or so. Shower, let the dogs out, just put my stuff up, and just kind of just mellow out for a little bit. Just kind of just sit around and kind of recollect my thoughts here. So with that being said, yeah, I was probably in bed probably about 8 or so, and then 9:30, I think 10 o'clock, I think is what it was when I finally got up. And then I hit the office, and I've been up since. And yeah, that's just what I do. That's just how I work. Do I get tired? Yes, I do get tired. I have days where I call them the Great Reset, where I'll go like this, 2-3 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep, sometimes 5 hours of sleep, for probably 3 to 4 weeks, a month straight. And then I have a day during that time frame where I crash. I don't work out. I don't go to the office. I don't do anything but just sleep. And I don't know how or why. I don't have kids. It's just, I don't have a lot of responsibility, right? Other than just really myself. So with that being said, it's always been a little bit easier for me to do this because I don't have to be considerate of other people, or I don't have the responsibility of other people or other lives, I guess, little humans running around. So it is a lot easier for me to do this. So with that being said, I can survive off, anywhere from 3 to 4 hours of sleep. 5 hours of sleep is usually a good day for me, 5 hours. But I'm in that 3 or 4 hours of sleep deal. my body's just used to it. I get up and then I either go to the gym or I get up and here's a good one. So on the days that I work days, um, I'm at the gym probably about 4 o'clock, and you've probably seen me posting stuff on social media. And I met some guys there that are doing it, and I built the courage and I just grew the balls to just go to the gym in the morning, and that's what I did. Went to the gym in the morning, and then I saw that they were doing it and they're operators. And I was like, well, I have no excuse because these guys are doing it. And they have kids and I don't. So there's that. And then on the days that I work nights, I usually go before, work. So again, I'm at like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. And, a lot of people are like, dude, you're crazy. How do you do this? Dude, I would, no, impossible. I have to get 8 hours. I have to get 6 hours. And I mean, and that's fine. Everybody's different. But I have this desire for more. I have this goal, this reason why of mine that I don't even think about it. It's just what I do. Like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be successful in this, and then these are just the steps that I have to do. And like I said, the end goal for me is just to slowly transition out of. Probably gonna shoot myself in the foot for that, but whatever. I mean, I don't want to be there forever. And then some of the questions that also have been asked are, what is the program that I took? So I went to Champion School of Real Estate, and I can only tell you the experience from that perspective because I didn't go anywhere else. I know one individual that went somewhere else and didn't go to Champion, and it was one of the more expensive one. Is Champions. I was told that it's the most creditable one, and that people look at it and they're like, "Oh, okay, cool, you went to Champion. Like that's the good one." I've never heard anything else, but I've also never given any other response other than, "Yeah, I went to Champion School of Real Estate." And I think at the time, I think it's still the same thing now. It's about $900 or so, or like $1,000 for just the basic program, and you can do like interactive stuff on your phone where you can do it then. You can do it in person. You can do it online. So pretty much they've opened it up to all forms of learning. So if you wanted to do it, there's really no excuse not to do it. So, and then what else? What else? What else do I got here? Yeah, I'm just gonna try to put this stuff into a little series for everybody to kind of get a general idea of what it takes and some of the difficulties that I face along the way, and really just mainly just to hold myself accountable. Like I said, I want to move into this full time, and this is something that I am going to use to continue to push in this direction and just thrive in this deal, And it's funny because I've got these little boards back here. One ended up being tucked away in a closet at one point, and it popped back up. And I guess I wrote this at the end of 2021, but some of the goals on there for 2022 was to pass my real estate exam. And it's funny just looking back and reflecting on that, and and just here we are, passed. Have had a couple deals under my belt, and we're gaining some momentum here. So I don't live by those boards all the time. Actually, the one on the bottom, on the lower here, this one here, that's the one that I ended up buying because I lost this one, but it was in the closet, and then it came out of the closet. Yeah, I've got like my month to month stuff where like, hey, these are my monthly goals. This is what I'm going to work on. This is the things that I got going on. So do I religiously live by them? No, not really. But I come in here sometimes and I just update them so I can kind of have a general direction of where I need to go. But with that being said, we have recently moved over to a new broker, which what a broker is to put it into simple context for those that don't know, is I went from GM to Toyota. And it is, I guess in to put it into more basic terms, is I'm a salesman. I'm a car salesman, but I need to be able to. I need to work for a brand in order to sell. So you have to. A broker, it's pretty much your dealer. They take responsibility for you, and they hold your license, and that allows you to be active in the industry. So I recently decided to venture off into a different brokerage, um, and it was the best move for me. It was the best move for me and the direction that I wanted to go, and that's the reason I felt like I could benefit better there. And also, I think one of the reasons why I think I can benefit better there is that one of my good buddies that I spent a lot of time with outside of work, just on it's a good friend of mine, right? We just hang out a lot all the time, and he's there. It's what he does, and I was counting on him a lot through my first couple months in the industry, and it just made sense. If I'm gonna depend on this person to, he's been doing this for years and he's killing it. If I'm gonna depend on this person as a resource, then I might as well take advantage of it and join forces and see if we can take over the world. We're coming for all of you. I'm kidding. Yeah, I just it was a better fit for me, and where I was going. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up here. I just wanted to kind of just put a little bit more content out there, and I'm gonna try to share what I can share. Some stuff I can't share just by law. And Yeah, I'm just gonna try to bring full transparency to the table and let you guys know some of the things that I deal with and that I have going on. So stay tuned. Thanks for checking this out. Don't forget to call your mom and tell her you love her. If you don't have a mom, I'm sorry. Call your parents, call your grandma. Don't forget to spend time with your loved ones. Um, Stop and smell the roses a little bit. This is some of the things that I'm still learning to do, and those are my wise words for this video. So yeah, stay tuned for a little bit more content as far as what I got going on the real estate deal, and there'll be another podcast to come soon. So again, thanks for checking this out. Like it, comment on it, put an emoji or something or whatever, and yeah, just for the I don't know, that's what all the other YouTubers say. So I just kind of stole their platform or their segment, their advice, their quotes. Sure. Anyways, bye. Peace. Man, I forgot. There was something that like getting into the whole like why or whatever the case is, or kind of one of the things that I guess to stay motivated. Really, there's something. There's a quote, and it's I guess it's not a quote. It's lyrics to a song, and the song is by it's by Mustard. The name of the song is called Perfect 10, and it's Mustard. I guess is a rapper, and it's featuring Nipsey Hussle. And again, the name of the song is called Perfect 10. You guys can listen to it if you want. But there's a verse on there where Nipsey Hussle says, where it's like a quote, or he's kind of just talking interlude, I guess. And it says, "That's why I call my thing the marathon, because I'm not gonna lie or portray that I had this ultimate poise, like I had it all figured out. I just didn't quit. That's the only distinguishing quality for me and probably whoever else is gonna go through this, went through this, or is going through this, is that I didn't quit. I went through every emotion. I went through every emotion trying to pursue what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I think that what's going to separate those who are going to try to go for something is that they're not going to quit. That's you're gonna really take the stance of I'm gonna die behind what I'm getting at right here. And this is something that I like. I play this song. It's hard, right? It's hard trying to balance everything. And I have low points and I have like really high points. And in the low points, I just remind myself that this is temporary. This low point is temporary. And one of the things that like this helps me get through there, where he talks about the deal where he says, I'm not gonna what is it, like, lie and portray like I have it all figured out. Um, I just didn't quit. That's the only distinguishing quality for me and probably whoever else is gonna go through this, went through this, or is gonna go through this, is I didn't quit. And that's like that's the second two parts. It's like where he says, I went through every emotion. I went through every emotion with what I'm trying to do, and you just got to get behind this with a, I'm just gonna die behind this, and then that's the attitude that I take towards this. Is that I don't have the answers. Um, I don't know everything, but I have this ability to figure it out. And I have this gift of being surrounded by amazing, knowledgeable people. I have this ability to make friends with just about anybody. I have this ability to just bring this bring people together, and it would be really silly to not take advantage of that talent or gift that I have. Right. So with that being said, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Do I have it all figured out? No. Do I go through an emotional roller coaster all the time? Do I have highs? Yes. Do I have lows? Yes. Um, do I oftentimes feel like quitting? Yes. But we're just gonna get behind this and remember that the lows are temporary. And what was it? Almost a year ago, I had on that board that I needed to pass my real estate exam, and we're coming up on a year now. Your boy's doing all right. So it's just one of those things that I have to remind myself that you're gonna go through every emotion. You just have to. What does he say? You gotta really take the stance that I'm gonna die behind what I'm getting at right here, and that's it. You're not gonna take no for an answer. Just gonna figure it out. Surround yourself with people that are encouraging you to do what you want to do. Surround yourself with people that are pushing you in the right direction, and don't pay attention to the noise. Don't pay attention to the noise and the people that hate or the people that talk shit or whatever the case is. So yeah, I just wanted to get back on here and kind of say that because I had kind of wrote that down and I didn't say that, and that's just one of the things that allows me to get through the lows. So yeah, your boy gets lows too, and we're humans. We gotta get through there, and we just gotta just push on through. So now, peace. See y'all later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, make a comment, call your mom.